Hello, I am the cartoonist M. Rashid. This cartoon uh, followed the thought from the previous video where where I was explaining that uh, the bad guys know that they're in the wrong. There's no uh, actual convincing them to come to the light because they're committed to hoarding wealth and opportunity just for themselves. They're locking me out on purpose. This is a long-term commitment of theirs to try to maintain their dominance for as long as they possibly can, forever, if if they can get away with it. So they're not trying to hear uh, the facts about anti-racism because, like Chappelle pointed out with his car analogy, like they're the ones that built the roads of discrimination in the United States of America. So they know what's going on, they know what it looks like, they know what the problem is, and they're doing it on purpose. It's in their script that they follow religiously. So there's no convincing them. They're doing it on purpose. So this cartoon goes down the list of several high profile items that, that are just matter of fact parts of history. If you bring it up, they'll get mad because they want you to pretend it's not real and just let them be great. That's why they get so irritated. You put that stuff in their face and you don't back down, and they're like, moron, idiot, because they don't have anything else to come back with. Why aren't you just doing what I say? It's like that. That's how they are. So the who's who of some of these items, like I pulled certain examples that stand out strong to me as just infested with evil, like the white flight. They refuse to comply to the Brown versus Board of Education, and they just hoard quality education just for themselves. They'll also preach about you need to love education, and if blacks would just love education more, and meanwhile I adore education. I always have, but the highest quality material you keep for your school kids so that they're better prepared to go into the world and business and do stuff, and you don't want the competition from my kids and from my groups. So that's the nature of white flight, pure selfishness. The other one is the war on drugs thing. Investigative reporter the late Gary Webb, broke that story. You know why the urban cities look the way they do in black communities, because that was done to me on purpose by the federal government and the intelligence agencies. It was done to me on purpose. They know this. I made a movie with Gary Webb, starring their boy, Hawkeye, Renner. They know all about it. And they act like that it's not real. When they among themselves, they talk about it. When it's with me, they pretend it's not real. So every single one of those items, all the key points throughout history that led me to my artificial, desperate poverty, they did it on purpose. They know all about it. When I talk about it, it's a conspiracy. When I'm not around, they matter-of-factly admit it. That's who they are. You cannot believe them when they run their mouth. They're committed to lying. So, on the other side of that line of going down those facts, you have the peons, the bottom feeders, the ones who really are the true believers in the propaganda because they don't know any better. These are the lowest of them, the dumbest ones. So that group, that's the armchair philosopher. He will all day try to, actually believe it because he's stupid. So he'll give that stuff to them, and for the most part, that's who you'll find inside of those kind of message boards and stuff is that guy. He actually believes this stuff. When you confront him, he was confused and cognitive dissonance, and then he'll like start deleting all his comments, and more often than not, that's the one I run into. Occasionally, I'll catch a big fish and have a good argument. Those I'll post on my blog in their entirety, just for both my reference and yours. So that's what this cartoon is about. They know, and they pretend otherwise because they're diabolical for money. Peace.